Hey guys, welcome back to Linda's Resin Room. So what I thought we would do today is we're going to do 3 different molds. This is a whale, and I think you put a tea light down in there. I don't think he's going to hold very much, maybe 2 ounces. So I'm going to mix up some resin, and I'm going to put this Resin Ink Night Blue in there. And then this one, this is called Mystery Mold Day, because I don't know what it is. It looks kind of like it could be a dragon. I'm not sure if it's sitting on something. That's what it looks like. I'm pretty sure it's a dragon. It looks like a dragon, right? I think. The tail looks like a dragon. Anyways, we're going to take some of this chameleon powder blue and mix it in the resin and fill this up. We can always paint it afterwards. My other mystery mold, I have no clue what this is. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe it's a frog or something. I have no idea. I see eyes. Maybe it is a frog. Maybe. Well, if it is, I better do green instead of pink. I was going to do pink, but now I'm looking at it. That might be a frog. I have no clue. It's got a face, whatever it is. So we'll stick with green and be safe. We're going to marble this up green and white. So I've got 12 ounces of resin mixed up, and I have mixed up the Bond Crafter resin that they so generously sent me. It's a 1-to-1 resin. It's an awesome resin. I think it's my new favorite resin now. No odor. Smells awesome. Just great. I think this is going to hold 2 ounces. I don't think it's going to need much. So I'm only going to put a little white in here. This is going to be for our white. I want to make sure I have enough. Okay. And we're going to put some for our green. Okay. That's probably more than enough. Sorry guys, didn't mean to bump the camera. Okay. And then I'm going to, this one looks like he's going to hold quite a bit. So let's put, I think maybe that. It's probably about 4 ounces. And I don't think this one's going to hold much. Maybe 2. And I'm going to set the rest to the side. I'm going to put my colors in. And we're going to get it in the debubbler. I'm not going to put the clear in the debubbler though. This resin degasses very well on its own. So I'm just going to leave it to the side. That way if I need it, I can mix it in whatever I need. Alright, so we are using the Octopus Fluid Resin Inks Night Blue. Shake this up. Really didn't want to use 2 different blues. I don't want a pink whale either. You know what? Let's just do a pink whale. Why not? That way we'll have green, blue, and pink. Nobody says a whale can't be white, or I mean pink, right? Okay. Give me some stir sticks here that I forgot. Okay. I hear it thundering. It's been storming all day. Okay, I think that is such a pretty pink. This is from this little piggy. Let me get that color off the side there. Okay. Mixes up very well, this pigment powder does. Mica powder, whatever you want to call it. Isn't that pretty color? And this is, I think it's Venus is the name of it. Yes, Venus, by this little piggy. Okay, now we're just going to squirt in a little bit of our white here. Usually don't need a whole lot. Okay. Make sure you mix it very well, or the white can be streaky because it is a paste. And make sure you scrape the side of your cup, because the paste does like to stick to the side. Paste stick to the side, the mica powder stick to the side, alcohol ink stick to the side. Okay, looks very good. Now let's put our green mica powder. This is the Rolio Fur Buds green. This is such a pretty green. I need another scoop. Okay, let's get a good look. I don't think I need that much, but there we go. And I will link everything in the description box for you guys. I can see my mica powder flying all around. Can you guys see it? Scrape the sides. If it doesn't get mixed up well and then you set your resin for a few minutes, you'll see that unmixed mica powder float to the top. I wonder if that could be a frog. Maybe it is a frog. The more I look at it, I think it's a frog. I hope it's a frog now that we're doing green. Or it'd be awful if it's something that didn't need to be green, wouldn't it? Okay, now for our chameleon powder. Give me another little scooper. And this is the Lindasresin Intense Chameleon Powders. Came with a set, I think, of 5 or 6 in a green box. I just take all of mine out of the box and have shelving on the wall that I put all of my small jars of mica powder on. Okay. Oh, that's pretty color. See how all that color stuck to the side? You really want to get that off and get that mixed in. Okay. Still see some streaky bits of color down in there. All right, guys. Okay. Let me get all these sticks out here, and we're going to throw this in the debubbler. Put those in the container. Now the debubbler, oh, dropped it. The bubble remover that I use is the Air Pro by Resiners. Just because I wanted the Lindasresin one, but they were sold out. So I went with the next one up. Because I wanted one that would hold all my cups at one time, instead of having to put one in there and then risking it getting too hot before my others got in the machine. Okay. Alright guys, I'm putting that in the debubbler. I'll see you back in just a moment. Alright, so I got everything out of the debubbler. So let's get my sticks back in my colors here. Let's see, green, white, and pink. Alright, let's start with this one. I'm going to squeeze it because I can't tell if there's areas down in there or not. And I just want to make sure this goes down in there. I can't see. Okay. Now let's just squeeze this down in here. There's a bubble. There's another bubble. So there must have been something down in there. There's another one. Okay. I see a bubble right there I want to pop. Alright, let's finish filling this up and hopefully we have enough to fill it up. I think we're going to have to be pouring some clear down in that one. Okay. Let me clean this stick off because we're going to scrape that cup. Alright. My resin is getting warm, which it's 79 degrees in the resin room today. I love summertime, but it gets so hot. But I don't like the cold either. Alright. I think that's all we're going to get out of that. Now, hopefully, I have enough clear here to finish filling this up. And that should mix together as it cures up. I knew that mold was going to take quite a bit. Okay. There we go. Now, let's do our pink next. Now, I don't think there's any areas other than the tail maybe on this one. Whoops. So let's see. Get this to go all down in there. See if it'll drain in that little tail. Gosh, I hope I've mixed up enough resin to do all these. Now, with these, we're going to go ahead and do our white and green. He's probably going to be half and half, I have a feeling. We have some extra. Alright. Tail looks like it's filled up nicely. See if we can get him finished, or her. It's a she. I think she's going to take everything I've got too and need a little more. Okay, let me clean this stick off. And let me get that blue off of there. I don't want blue and pink. Okay. Let's get all of this. Then we'll have to use some clear on this one as well. This is why you always mix up more than what you think you need. Scrape everything I can. Because she's going to get some clear. Okay. Let's see if we can pour this maybe around the edges. going to need much. There we go. Now I wonder if we can kind of mix that up a little. The resin's starting to get warm, so I'm afraid it's not going to mix too much in there. But I do want the bottom to all be pink. There we go. I think that will work. Okay, so we got extra. Now, I've got this little heart. Let me see if I can move these without... Oh gosh, you know what? I didn't realize that the flippers needed to be full. So let's see if we can get those bubbles out of there. I do not want to end up not having the whole flipper full. That would be horrible, wouldn't it? There's still a bubble there. And I don't know how to get it out. I have a feeling I'm going to be fixing some stuff on this little sucker. Can y'all see that bubble? I think it's a bubble. It doesn't want to come loose though. It's not even moving. Maybe it's not a bubble. Okay. Just a little more. Okay, let's see if we can get that to mix. All right. Now, you know what we're going to do? We're going to take and use this heart trinket tray as an extra. Someone messaged on one of my videos yesterday and said that she and her daughter, 9-year-old daughter, watch my videos, and her daughter wanted to know what I do with my little dump pieces. And to tell you the truth, I give them away. My family comes over, wants them, my grandbabies want them, friends want them, and I just let them have them. I don't sell them. And so that's what I do with them. I'm going to put some of that resin ink down in here. Gosh, that stuff stinks. That is the night blue that we were going to use originally. And we're going to use this as a dump. So we're going to get all of this blue in there first. I'm going to scrape that in a minute because I want to get this screen in there. And then let's get the rest of the white. I don't know if this will fill this all the way up, but that's what we're doing with this. Okay. But these three colors, they kind of go good together. So this is when I say that sometimes with dump cores you can kind of keep certain molds for certain pieces. That way you can have them to coordinate color instead of making them like the shell that I'm doing. That is just, it's going to be so ugly. Oh my gosh, it's going to be ugly. But it will definitely be a one-of-a-kind piece. Okay. Got that one. Let's get this green stick out of here. I can wipe it off in just a second. So we're going to get the rest of this green in here. I'll just sling a little resin. You can tell it's thickening up by how that looked very stringy. Okay, I think that's all we can get out of that cup. Now let's see if we can scrape this off. And I will clean that up in just a moment. And let's see if we can get the rest of this in there. And this will still need a little more. So it will move on to our next pour. That colors coordinate. Because this one, we're going to see if we can make it pretty. A pretty dump tray. Okay. All right. Just get this off of here. And that will be that. Looks like it's got a little pink in there too. It must have been on my stir stick. All right, guys, we'll let all these cure up. And I think just going to give it a little spritz. We'll let these cure up. We'll come back for a demold. I'll see you guys then. Okay, guys, so all this has cured up. We're going to see what these two molds are. I am making 4 of my crosses, the light up crosses that I make for someone that's ordered them. And I had a little bit of the clear left with the sparkle, so I just dumped that in my dump mold right there in the center. And we'll just continue to fill that up. Okay, let's go ahead and demold the whale first, since we already know what he is. Oh, no bubbles, thank God. Oh, I can paint up little eyes on there. Paint his little mouth. And let's see how hard it's going to be to get this little flipper tail out. I thought maybe if I could get one side of it, then the other side might pop on out. Almost. There we go. Oh, we got it. Yeah, see, he's got some little eyes we can paint up, paint a little mouth. So we're going to have a little blue whale. Or not a blue whale, we got a pink whale. Okay. Let's see. This looked like a frog. I'm telling you, it looked like a frog. I think. It's got a couple bubbles. There's feet. It is a frog. It's a frog laying down. I'll have to fix his little fingers. Then we can paint his mouth. It's got a lot of warts. Trim up the bottom. It was a frog. I have wondered for months what that thing was. It's a frog. We'll paint him up. Maybe put a bee or fly or whatever it is that I have over there in my box. See what this is. What is it? It is a dragon laying on a stone. So we can paint his eyes, maybe outline his wings, paint the stone gray. Okay. Trim up the bottom. He didn't have any bubbles. Gosh, it's going to be hard to get that little eye, but I can do it. The little nostrils. Oh, he's got one little bubble. I think that's a bubble. I'm going to put some UV resin on that anyways, just in case. I don't think it's a bubble. I think it's the way the mold is made. But it's a little sharp, so we're going to fix it. Alright guys, so we'll do a time lapse, paint these up, and then I'll see you in back.
Glitter flies like stars in the night. Pigments swirl in a cosmic fight. Mica dust in a golden haze. Epoxy dreams in a resin maze. In Linda's resin room, where the colors bloom, art takes its flight.
Alright guys, so I got these done. I painted them up. Painted the whale's eyes, drew on the mouth, filled it in with some black. Put one of the little purple butterflies that I had made, and then put some pink rhinestones around the opening, just to make her look a little prettier. The dragon, I painted the stone, painted his eyes, around his wings and his head, and I painted his little nails, and then I sprayed him up. Then the poor little frog, it looks so horrible. I'm so sorry for it. It's deformed. I gave it some nail polish, some lipstick, some eyeshadow, gave it some eyebrows, and then I should have sprayed this before I added them because now they're a little gray. She's got old. Put a little flower on her little tush and give her some toenails. Alright guys, that's it. And I have got my extra mold filled up with a couple other colors. So we'll come back and demold that this afternoon so we can still include it in this video. And then I will post pictures of everything after. I'll see you guys then. Hey guys, so this is cured up. So let's demold this dump tray and see how it looks. This has a few different colors in here. Because I used this as my mold for all my resin that was left. There's some green. Let's see if I can pluck that off. And I make unique and different pieces that sometimes are pretty, sometimes are just ugly. I don't know how this, I think this one's going to be pretty. This one we tried to coordinate color. So, there we go. I think everything's popped loose. See what it looks like. Okay, that's pretty. Kind of looks like waves over here, like the ocean's getting dark, deeper. So that's cool. And then the blue came across here, and the green. They kind of combined. Okay, and then we have, there was another layer between that, but I think it was like a clear, crystal-y layer, and then the red. So that is our dump. Ow! I think a bug got on me. Sorry, guys. That's our dump tray. All right. I think it's not completely cured. I might have got my fingerprints in it. But I'll see you guys back for the next video, and I'll post pictures at the end. Bye for now.